Storm Podcast. You got Malcolm and Vermillion here, and we are about to give you another movie review because you guys love our movie opinions so much.
Y'all eat them up, really.
Yeah, nah. Whenever we do a movie review, we tend to get a lot of hate, but I think we're on the same page with the public this time. What do you think?
I think we are 100%.
I feel like we're on the same page with the public. So we just watched Black Widow.
Yeah.
The first Marvel movie in a year and a half, 2 years.
I didn't know it was that long. That's pretty
The last Marvel movie to come out was Spider-Man Far From Home, yeah.
And that was
2019, Yeah, 2019.
Huh.
I think that would have been like December 2019-ish.
This is a weird one to come back on. It really is.
It was definitely an interesting choice because it was a prequel.
Yeah.
I feel like it was an interesting choice to come back on. So, before we get into the movie itself, I do want to talk about how, even before watching the movie, I felt that the placement of a Black Widow movie now was odd.
I agree with you 100%. Why?
I felt like it was weird to give us a Black Widow movie after she died.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I would have, honestly, what I think, and obviously I'm not like the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
But I would have given all of the Avengers their backstory movie before the first Avengers movie.
Didn't all of them get them except for
Black Widow and Hawkeye, I believe.
Hawkeye doesn't need one.
But that's the thing. We went into that movie not giving a fuck about Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like, we cared about Hulk. We cared about Iron Man. We cared about Thor. We cared about Captain America. Nobody really cared about Black Widow and Hawkeye because they didn't have their own movies.
Yeah.
And, like, we weren't supposed to care that heavy about them, so, like, it wasn't that crazy.
They were kind of treated as, like, filler
Yeah, they were
characters.
kind of like backup.
Yeah.
They were support, which was fine. But I feel like if they were going to give us a Black Widow movie, they should have given it to us then. Or if they missed their beat then, even if they would have done it at any point before she died, I think that would have been perfect.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
We had a lot of waiting time between Infinity War and Endgame. They could have threw it in there.
They could have thrown it in there. And that would have made her death feel a little bit more heavy and personal if we would have got to see more of her.
Yeah.
And like because she never really had much of a I would say like very much emotional development. She did with her theme of not having emotions and like slowly gaining compassion towards the Avengers as her family. But I feel like this would have deepened that before she died.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's how I feel on it. But I mean, it is what it is. Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, and they did try to throw us a bone with the like the little ending segment.
Yeah, it was just weird. It was weird timing because it was before Endgame.
Yeah.
No, it was before Infinity Wars, but after Civil War.
Right, just in between. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in that time period right there. So a little odd, but it is what it is.
You want to talk about the plot first, or just like how we felt about it?
Well, let's talk about the plot.
Okay.
How did you feel? All right, actually, let's just. How did you feel about the movie as a whole?
Underwhelming. Underwhelming, at least for a Marvel movie. I expected a lot more. I expected a lot more action, I feel like. But then again, this is just like a regular woman who's like just combat trained and good with guns and stuff. Everybody else in the Avengers, except for Hawkeye, has some superpower. So
I mean, Iron Man doesn't technically have superpowers, but he basically does. Yeah.
Yeah, money's a superpower.
I mean, Black Widow got money too.
She was living in a trailer, man.
She was living in a trailer because she was on the run.
Yeah,
but like,
I got
I'm
you.
sure Shield pays all their agents pretty handsomely.
Yeah, heftily.
Yeah.
But underwhelming, man, and a lot of dialogue and a lot of characters that I didn't necessarily care about or come to care about towards the end of the movie. It just didn't sit right with me. I felt like I could definitely skip this movie and still be satisfied with Black Widow as a character.
Yeah, so I didn't dislike the movie. It deviated from the regular path of a Marvel movie. It was a lot more dialogue based, a lot more story based, a little bit more or it felt like it was supposed to be a little bit more emotional and a little less action. Now, don't get me wrong, there were some good action scenes. Taskmaster getting it popping.
Yeah.
Even Red Guardian getting it popping.
He was cool. He was probably
Black Widow was getting it popping too. Like her and her sister. What was her name?
That's what I'm talking about.
I can't remember her name.
I can't either, because that shit did not matter.
Yeah, they were both very skilled. It felt, just the themes of it itself didn't feel like the regular Marvel structure.
It sure didn't.
It deviated a little bit from the regular Marvel path.
I feel like it was kind of ambitious in a way.
No, yeah, it was definitely nice to see them try something new.
Yeah.
They have a tried and true formula, and it would get a little boring for them to be like, well, this works, so let's just keep running it back over and over and over again, the baby style. Like
the baby style worked though.
But that's what I'm saying. It works.
Yeah.
But it can get boring when you're like, oh, when I do this, it works.
Yeah.
I'm making this dish and I use this seasoning every single time. People are gonna love it when they come to your restaurant. But probably like the 5th, 6th time they come to your restaurant, they're gonna be like, damn, what the fuck else does this nigga have on the menu?
At some point, yeah.
And I feel like that's what Marvel is doing. They're like, we don't want people to get tired of the menu, so let's throw a couple new things on there. Some people might like it, some people might not like it, and if the majority love it, we'll add this into our repertoire. You feel me?
No, I feel you 100%. Now, you think that's like a formula they're adapting for like phase 3 or whatever?
I would hope not, because this movie was so...
Wait, this is phase 3, right? Or is this phase 4?
Phase 4, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I believe this is phase 4. Phase 5.
How many phases are there?
I think this is phase 5. I think the Infinity War, Endgame, I think that was phase 4. I could be tweaking.
So what? Because it felt like Endgame is it. What else could they do? Like add X-Men?
No, this would be the start of the next phase.
Oh, so they're just going to come in with new characters.
Yeah. A lot. I mean, they're going to use a lot of the old characters they just started developing. Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. Those are going to be added in.
Probably.
But they're also going to add new people. Shang-Chi, the Eternals. Who else? Loki. What, nigga? No, Loki's not new. Loki old as hell.
He's not developed.
Yes, he is.
Loki's somewhat developed. He's got his own show now, so they're probably not going to like.
But even before that, he was pretty developed.
I mean, the new Captain America.
You don't have a mic. They can't hear you. The people can't hear you. Like, I feel you. I know you want to talk, but you're not mic'd up. So, sorry. Yeah, we'll get you a mic later.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like Loki, all the people that they've given shows, they're not really gonna like bring back.
I believe in my prediction is, if you have a show, you're probably not gonna be too prominent in the MCU. Wanda and Vision, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like they're still relatively new,
and that would make them a lot of money just because the show's doing the best.
Yeah, apparently that show's doing really good. We gotta watch that now. We got Disney Plus now, so we ran our fucking pockets. But
speaking of the movie, we ran into some issues with that, and it costed $30 to watch the movie.
Yeah,
I don't
plus
like
the
that.
subscription.
Plus this, I don't like that at all.
We can talk about that on the podcast, because I feel like that, like the regular podcast, I feel like that's a good conversation to have.
All right.
Like streaming and shit. But the movie, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't fantastic. I didn't care about like the mom. I didn't care that heavy about her. The evil dude, I can't remember his name. Something Russian with the B. Dreykov. Yeah, no B. Dreykov. Didn't care too heavily about him. He was kind of a savage though.
Oh no, he was.
Like, a good villain can really change a story. And once he was introduced, I didn't care about him that much in the beginning, because we were supposed to just know about him.
Yeah.
Because this movie had a lot of tying in things that they've talked about over time, like Budapest. Black Widow and Hawkeye talked about that shit all the time. Every time they were together, they just like Budapest. Like, you feel me? That would just be the way they would talk about it, or they would have small mentions of their past, but never actually like go into it. And this brought in a lot of those like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dreykov was another one. Like, he was the leader of the Red Room. that's Hawkeye and Black Widow supposedly killed him and his daughter. So we were supposed to care about him. I just didn't until he was on the screen. When he was on the screen, he was doing a good job. She was trying to shoot the gun. He was, go ahead, shoot it. Fuck wrong with you? Like, let's get it popping.
Attack on Titan, Ackerman shit going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like yeah, he was definitely a boss. He was 2 steps ahead. He was evil as fuck. He was a good villain.
Yeah, I'll say he was for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like the Red Room being in the sky like that. Like, it's a whole like damn castle in the sky.
It wouldn't be a Marvel movie without some type of flying fortress falling to the ground.
That's true.
That's like a staple in Marvel movies.
That's fact.
You got Captain America Winter Soldier when the entire helicarrier's coming down.
That was good.
You got Age of Ultron when all of Sokovia's coming down.
Yeah.
You got this movie where the flying shit is cut. It just happens. In Marvel movies, big structures fall out of the sky.
That's what sells you.
And it works. You feel me? It works.
The
So
baby.
you said what?
The baby.
The baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's how I felt about it. But overall, he was a good villain. He was very evil, very cool. I liked their family dynamic.
Really?
I didn't care about the mom at all. But I liked the dad, like the Red Guardian,
Okay.
the sister, and Black Widow.
So why did you not care about the mom?
They didn't give me any reason to.
I felt like, well, yeah. I just feel like the Red Guardian was just more effective as a
He was
character.
very charismatic.
Yeah.
And he was funny.
He kind of just took her place, basically.
Yeah, I felt like he was just
The mom and the dad.
he just took all the shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely was boisterous. He was talking a lot. He was annoying, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
He was the comedic relief of the movie. And it's hard to not like the comedic relief of a movie.
And it's also fun to see the like intended counterpart for Captain America.
And I like that he was so fixated on that.
Yeah,
I like
he's
how he
obsessed
made
with
that
Captain
his
America.
entire identity. I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious.
No, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Red Giant or
The Red
Guardian.
Giant. Yeah, Red Guardian. He was a cool dude. I liked him. He was annoying. He was a dick, but that made him funny and cool, which
Yeah.
I liked him.
I kind of wanted them to like add some romance. Like I wasn't looking like to
Nigga,
be
what?
No, just to like see Black Widow's like attempt at like a love life.
But she's been doing that through all the movies.
Kind of though.
And this movie,
this was her chance though. Go ahead.
well, she's missed out on romance so many times. A little bit with Steve,
Yeah.
with Banner. And at this point she was still in love with Banner, and that nigga was up on what's the planet he was on? Fuck, Sakaar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
You know all these names and planets and shit.
I'm a Marvel fan, nigga.
Okay.
Fuck you mean? Yeah, no, he was up on Sakaar at the time. So she was still in love with him. And this was a very feminist movie. And to take a feminist movie and just reduce her as a character to just her love relationship with the man would be a little cheap.
They don't have to reduce it. That just spices it up. Like if they, and another way they could do this is just throw a little flashbacks in there. Like we don't need a full fleshed out story. But, and it also doesn't have to be with a guy specifically. I know she was into guys, but if they added that, that would have added some more depth to her character, and we would have been reminded of what she lost and what she couldn't have.
That's true, but to me, I don't feel like it was fully necessary because it's not what the movie was about.
But the movie was about her and her like coming to terms with her emotions and family and relationships and.
But I feel like when you take a movie with a female lead and just add in a bunch of romance, it's kind of like you're saying, "Oh, female lead, let's turn it into a chick flick." And I'm sure that they were like, "Let's not go this path." You feel me? Because they don't do that with Captain America. They don't do that with
Cap had his love interest.
But that wasn't the theme of the movie.
This didn't have to be the theme. But it kind of technically, if you think about it, relationships is the theme of this movie.
Relationships, but not romantic relationships.
And all I'm saying is throw like a little flashback or a little segment of that. Not even just focus on that entirely. I just like to see that because this is about her humanity.
I guess. I think a lot of Black Widow's humanity comes from family and her relationship with family.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where a lot of her humanity comes from, her relationships with people, because she was robbed of that as a child.
Yeah.
As a child, she wasn't allowed to have a family. She wasn't allowed to make relationships. She wasn't allowed to have friends. So this movie was kind of about her opening up to that. Even in the Avengers, she didn't have a family, but the Avengers was her work, and it kind of became her family. And I think this was her realizing that she could have a family more or less outside of her work, which I guess didn't really happen because this all revolved around her work.
Yeah.
But it was her coming to terms with her past, because she's been running from her past throughout all the movies.
Yeah.
That's basically all she ever did. From the start, the first couple things we learned about her is she used to be a part of the Red Room. She's tried to destroy that, and she's been running from it ever since. This was kind of her going back home, meeting her family, all those things she locked away, having to face them and become accustomed to them and love them. And yeah.
Okay. I also didn't think that, that, and maybe you knew this because you're a Marvel fan in the comics or some shit, but they removed their ovaries and stuff. So she doesn't have any like kids or anything like that. She doesn't have a successor.
No. And the reason the Red Room does that is because they don't want the women getting wrapped up in emotions and families. They don't want them to have families. Right. They want them to be 100% focused on their mission and 100% focused as a soldier. So they take all their shit out. So that way they don't have that option.
So is there, and there probably are multiple different comic lines, but does she ever have a child? Like just on some...
I don't know about her having a child.
Huh.
Maybe adopted. But she got all her shit ripped out. So
yeah, it's
kind of hard to have a child with, like a biological child without the biological organs you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes it a little tough.
Very tough.
Yeah. One thing that I didn't like is the entire time they were cooking her for being an Avenger, her sister was talking about all that. I feel like what would have been dope, and this was a prequel, so it couldn't really happen. I feel like her sister should have pulled up to some of the fights in like Infinity Wars and Endgame. I think that would have been really cool for her sister to be there.
Yeah, I think it would have.
I think she would have been dope.
And the weird thing is, they assigned her, or it seemed like she picked up the mission at the end to kill Hawkeye.
Yeah.
We didn't see her attempt to kill Hawkeye
well, no.
all.
She picked up the mission to kill Hawkeye because Hawkeye technically killed Black Widow, or that's what they think happened,
Right.
So that wouldn't have happened yet.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm getting the timing mixed up. That's after Endgame. Yeah.
That's after Endgame. So I'm assuming, because I think Hawkeye's getting his own show, I'm assuming part of that plot is going to be her trying to kill him.
Good luck keeping up with Green Arrow. He's already got his own show.
Green Arrow's a great show.
Yeah.
Seasons 1 through... seasons 1 and 2 were fantastic. 3 was... 4 was terrible. 5 was amazing. And then anything after that is just terrible.
Okay, I didn't see it, but I just heard it was good.
No, seasons 1 and 2 were some of the best television I've ever watched. Like grade A incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do with arrows.
Yeah. It's a little bit deeper than that, but yeah, Green Arrow's it's a fire ass show. If you haven't seen Green Arrow, go ahead and watch that. But yeah, overall, this movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
It was a good placeholder for me.
It wasn't a good placeholder for me, but I would say like...
Really?
This is like a good 5. Turn this on if you just want background shit.
It was good. We haven't had a Marvel movie in a while. It was good to fill the place and hold us over until Spider-Man.
You can't say that this actually holds the place of a true Marvel movie. Like, if we got some Thor shit here, if we got some Hulk shit here, that's 10 times better.
It's 10 times better, but this is a good placeholder.
Kind of. Because this should have came out earlier, number one.
I agree.
And she's dead now.
Yeah.
So,
but that's why it's a placeholder. It doesn't matter a ton.
And I don't like that strategy of dropping stuff that doesn't matter.
It matters.
Barely.
It doesn't matter to the future, but it matters to your overall opinion of Black Widow.
It didn't change my opinion. I still like Black Widow. I don't like the movie, but I still like Black Widow.
I've never been much of a Black Widow fan. I'm not a fan of any of the Avengers without like real powers.
I can agree with you.
So
on that. Yeah.
Tony, yes, but like Hawkeye and Black Widow, I've never really given a fuck about them because they're kind of fucking whack.
Yeah.
Same with Falcon.
Definitely
like
Falcon.
as much as I want to like Falcon, I like him as a character, but his powers with just the wings, bro.
It's lame.
He has wings and guns. He's basically like that's if you took Iron Man and turned all his sliders down, that's Falcon. Like,
that's true,
how hard would it be for Iron Man to be like, oh, this nigga got wings and guns? Why don't you take a suit, bro? Like, it's basically just a whacker version of the suit to me.
Yeah. I feel you.
Like, that's like if you're Henry Ford and I'm supposed to be on your team riding a bike. Nigga, wouldn't you be like, hey, here's a whip?
Yeah.
you feel me? I just felt like that.
Yeah, I feel you. They should probably give him a hammer to swing around, right? Let him pick the hammer up.
That's what you want to do? That's what you do?
I feel like it would fit, no?
Get the fuck out of here. No, I see, like, I'm not a crazy fan of Hawkeye. Not a fan of Black Widow. As much as I want to like Falcon, I don't like him that much. Bucky is all right. I don't like him as a character. Like, powers-wise, he's cool, I guess. Super strength, metal arm, cool dude.
Yeah.
His personality is a little drab for me. Yeah, but
I heard they tried to, like, lighten it up in the new series.
maybe. I haven't seen it yet, but we do need to watch that. But those are the Avengers that I'm not crazy about. I'm trying to think who else. I think that's pretty much it. All the other Avengers have powers for the most part. I think Rhodey's kind of lame just because Rhodey is Iron Man.
Yeah. Fuck.
I feel like that's a little lame. Star-Lord,
Does he count as an Avenger, though?
I don't know if he counts as an Avenger, but he's in the MCU. He's definitely the wackest on his team.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Star-Lord, and
By
he's
a lot.
the leader, but he's the wackest out the group. Unless you count Mantis, but I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, she's trash.
I like it, though. She subdued Thanos pretty well.
Kind of.
He was going to get slapped if he didn't hit
But
him
it
in the
wasn't
face.
just her.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't just subdue Thanos. They all were with, like, that was what, a 6-dude job?
Yeah. Shout out to Spider-Man. That was crazy.
Spider-Man is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay, top 3 Marvel heroes. Go.
Spider-Man.
Is number 1 for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Black Panther is 2 or 3.
Okay.
And the Hulk.
Solid list.
But not like X-Men or any of them. Just like.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
Yeah.
MCU.
Okay.
MCU.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a solid list. That's a solid list.
Yeah. I like them.
I think I would go Spider-Man. I would put Black Panther if it was Civil War Black Panther. If we're adding like Black
Angry
Panther, Black Panther,
Panther.
that's the Black Panther I like.
Yeah.
Because in the comics, he's not a chill dude. He was very merciful in the Black Panther movie. He's very merciful, cool out, all that. He's not like that in the comics. In the comics, it's literally, nigga, if you pull up to Wakanda, we have problems now. All that Killmonger shit would not have happened, bro. Like, hey, let's battle to see who's actually the no. Nigga, you pulled up on Wakanda, you're gonna have to die now, bro. Sorry. Fuck out of here. I'm here for my people, and I'm gonna get it popping. That's what he's really like.
Okay.
He was like Civil War Black Panther. Oh, you killed my dad? It's cooked for you, bro. GG.
And did they base the same Black Panther like T'Challa?
Yeah, T'Challa's
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
T'Challa's the main one that you see in Marvel movies.
Got it.
But yeah, I would go Spider-Man number 1 probably. I'd probably put Iron Man second. I really like Iron Man. What you
No, I love him. I
Oh,
love him. He just came out of the way they built him up. He came out of nowhere.
that's goated though.
Yeah.
And number 3, I probably have to go with
Batman.
nigga. Probably Black Panther. Probably Black Panther 3. I would put him second, but I just can't because he just. If it was just Civil War, he'd probably be number 1. But Doctor Strange is up there too. That nigga's raw. I fuck with Doctor Strange.
So that'd be like your honorable fourth.
Honorable fourth, probably Doctor Strange.
My honorable fourth is Thor. He's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, he's cool, man. He's got a lot of personality. He's always
but only
funny.
later though. I feel like they waited too long for that. They didn't give him personality till the third movie. Till Ragnarok. Before that, he was just a cool, quiet Norse guy.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. But he was still like enjoyable to me, at least.
The first Thor movie was kind of lackluster. It was good, but in phase 1 of Marvel, that was one of the
weaker ones.
The weaker ones.
When it came out, I liked it, but now it does not hold up. You're
right. When it came out, yeah, because, but like when you go and look back at it, that's one of the weaker ones. Thor: The Dark World, probably one of the worst Marvel movies ever. I would put in bottom 3 for sure.
And I would put Black Widow in, like, among the bottom 3. I definitely put it above Dark World, though.
Thor: The Dark World, in my opinion, is the worst Marvel movie ever. Second place, I'd probably give it to the first Avenger. And then I'd probably put third place Captain Marvel.
The first Avenger?
Yeah, that movie was terrible.
It was kind of decent.
That movie was bad, bro.
I'm pretty sure that movie was
I had to watch
decent.
that movie 3 times to get all the way through it.
Nah,
the first
I think
Avenger
that's the
and
one.
Black Widow actually have a lot of similarities.
Really? What similarities?
Just the going back in time, old school, giving us plot that nobody really cares about or needs.
I feel like Steve is becoming the hero that he was inside. Like, his kind of was like not a coming of age because he's old, but I don't know how to describe it. He just gained his stripes, and Black Widow is just trying to gain composure, if that makes any sense.
No, I get what you're saying for like theme wise, but if we're taking the structure of the movie and the feel of the movie, they were very similar. Like an old history movie that just happened to be Marvel.
I could see that, but I will always defend that movie, just because like that's probably like the most pivotal Marvel movie to me.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because they came that was the first one, right?
Wait. No, the first one was Iron Man 1.
Never mind, that's the most pivotal one.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I feel like Iron Man got the best trilogy out of any of them.
I disagree. Iron Man 3 with Whiplash was some dog shit.
Iron Man 2 was the one with Whiplash.
Oh, well,
and
that
Iron
was
Man
some
2
dog
is the
shit.
best one.
Are you sure that's the one with Whiplash?
Positive. 1 is Obadiah Stane. 2 is
good.
Whiplash. 3 is the hot nigga.
Okay, 2 and 3 were some dog shit.
What?
Yeah.
And by the hot nigga, I mean the nigga that got temperature-wise warm. My brother's behind the camera dying. Like
I mean, if that's you, bro,
like
that's you.
He had the extremis in his body, and that made him get warm and explode. Like,
hey, nobody was going to
I'm not saying he was attractive. He was just warm.
Shit, man. It's 2021, man. You do you, bro.
Wow, that's funny. But yeah, I think he got the hardest trilogy. 3 was a little lackluster, but all of the trilogies had lackluster movies.
I think Spider-Man trilogy was the best trilogy.
The third one hasn't come out yet.
Nah, the Tobey Maguire one.
That's not MCU.
Come on, man. You throw me a bone, bro.
Nigga, what? It was not MCU. What the fuck you want me to do?
Obviously not, but Spider-Man is Spider-Man regardless. Tobey Maguire slayed that. Spider-Man's 1, 2, and 3 were good.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't like 3, but I still like it.
3 was good. There's nothing wrong with 3. Okay, there's stuff wrong with 3, but it was good.
2, though.
2
was
is
crazy.
one of the... 2 is debatably the greatest superhero movie of all time. Yeah.
And what's in the talk of the greatest superhero movie of all time?
Avengers Endgame would probably have to be in the talk.
I liked Infinity War more.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too. But I feel like if we're talking the talk, it would probably have to be.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Probably Iron Man 1 would have to be in the talks.
Thor Ragnarok, I think, is in the talks.
Okay. Probably X-Men. What's the last one called? The last one in the X-Men trilogy?
Logan?
No. That's the X-Men franchise. I'm saying like the original X-Men trilogy.
Revolution. There's so many
Yeah, I
X-Men
think it's-
movies. Days of Future Past.
No, that's the new trilogy. I'm talking the old trilogy where Jean Grey goes crazy. Last Stand. Thank you. That has to be in the talks.
X-Men had some sleeper hits. I gotta go watch those.
X-Men got some fire.
Now that we
X-Men
got
got
Disney
fire.
Plus, you can watch all of
We
them.
watch everything. Yeah. Okay, bet it up. I think that's all I got for Black Widow, though. I don't feel like I have anything else to add to this movie.
I don't either. I don't want to see a sequel. How could they make a
can't
sequel?
what are you talking about?
Because the sister could be the next Black Widow potentially.
And I would actually like to see that, but I think that she's going to be in this Hawkeye movie. So, I mean, the Hawkeye TV show. And like we said earlier, I feel like once the characters get introduced into the TV shows, I think that kind of means they're out of the movies.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not positive. There's no proof of that. But I don't know how much more we'll be seeing of the sister. I would like to see more of her, though.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, she had more personality.
Yeah, she did.
She was funnier, pretty equal in skill, a little bit more emotionally stable. She seemed like a very comparable Black Widow.
And a good actor.
Great actor. She was a
Yeah.
very good actor. I liked her. She was good.
I don't know. We'll see though. But probably get us a 5.
I'd give this a 6.5.
I think the half a point is generous.
I'd give it a 6.5. It wasn't terrible.
It was just down the line average.
I would watch it again.
I would not. And that's probably what the difference is. I would not watch this again.
I will watch it again. There were some good parts that were worth watching again. All the Red Guardian scenes, all the Taskmaster scenes. There was definitely redeeming qualities of this movie.
Watch it and form the opinion for yourselves, guys.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. I'm giving it a 6.5. You're giving it a 5. Go ahead, put it in the comments. Let us know what you think of the movie. And I think that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, let us know if y'all like this movie review. We know y'all be hating on our movie reviews, but I feel like this one was pretty solid.
I think we're going to get the most hate for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
More than the fucking Demon Slayer?
Okay. Maybe.
I was getting death threats off of the Demon Slayer shit. I was getting just dragged for days, bro, on my Demon Slayer opinion.
Yeah, no, this Demon Slayer is probably going to be the worst.
Yeah.
Unless,
It's going to be tough for us to, like, get a worse review than that.
Shit, when Mugen Train 2 comes out, we'll see then.
You gonna see it?
Hell no. Stay my ass at home.
You feel me? I'm gonna go turn into a train. All right, but we out. I think this is a good ass review. We will catch y'all later. We about to go record our actual podcast episode. Peace.